Hey everybody, how's it going? Good to see you. I got another book review for you, a book called Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. This is an amazing looking cover and just an amazing paperback all around. Take a look in the inside. Look at that. Looks like an ink. Well, that looks like it was done digitally. But let me show you one more. No, you know what? I'll save it. There's a pen and ink drawing in here that's very nice. Anyways, this is a weird fiction book. Um, I picked this book up because a lot of people were talking about it. It seemed like it would be up my alley, but it's surprisingly a little bit mixed when it comes to the reviews. I think it leans positively, but you see a lot of people that just don't like this, and after reading it, I can see why. Now, this will all be spoiler free, and I will try to keep it brief for you, but to let you know if you're looking for a review to see if you want to read it or not. I'm going to tell you right off the bat that this book is extremely ambiguous. It's definitely not for everybody, and I understand why. It's extraordinarily ambiguous about virtually everything. It is very, very slow paced, despite the fact that it's a 190-page novella. It's still slow paced. The characters are very clinical in the way they talk to each other, um, and it's weird. It's really weird. It's got like a freaky vibe to it, like you're dreaming. It's dreamy and weird and funky. It's just got a strange vibe. I like that. But I'll tell you what, when I did start this, I will be honest with you, for the first 100 pages or so, I was kind of like not really feeling it. I'm like, it's okay, it's not bad, but I'm not feeling it, and it just feels like I've read this kind of thing before. This ambiguous sort of, oh, we don't know what's happening. It's more about mood than like coherency. So I was kind of like, yeah, I can kind of see where this is going, and like I kind of know how these books go. So oh well. But then in the back half, it just kicked. I don't know. It just kicked in, and it all kind of like started to work for me. And there were some moments that were super super cool. This is like a cosmic horror weird fiction book, and you do get those scenes in here. And it's just kind of neat. Now, with that being said, it's not like immensely complicated or anything. And I would, there are some moments in here that were a little awkward in terms of the writing. Now, the characters are awkward. The prose is clinical and cold. But I do feel like there were some missteps just a few times where it was like, that was a little awkward. So it felt at times not like a young adult book. It's not. It's more mature than that, but like a beginner's guide to weird fiction. Now, I'm not like a weird fiction veteran or anything, but if I were to compare this to something um, like Thomas Ligotti or like a Laird Barron story, like I recently read Proboscis by Laird Barron, and in this book you don't really know what's going on a lot because with information is withheld to you or told to you in a strange way, right? Whereas in Proboscis it's like not two different stories, but using it as a comparison, I'm like I visually don't even quite know what's happening, right? So this book is not difficult to follow, but it's hard to piece together what the overall, like what the hell's going on. Yeah, cool book though, really cool, and definitely by the end, yeah, this isn't the book for somebody where like it's basically I haven't even told you what it's about. It's basically about this group of like researchers that go into this, we don't even know, place, this alternative universe, this alternative area, we're not sure, called Area X, where it's just weird. It's like nature that is not quite right. Like the biomes are too close together, and you're seeing animals that shouldn't be near each other, and some other freaky things, and just some weirdness. And they're trying to figure out what's going on in there because they're like the 12th expedition that has gone in there. And that's basically it. Now, man, it's one of those stories where you just gotta like go with it. Like just go with it. If you're the kind of person that you're like, well, how do they eat? What are they eating? What are they wearing? Why did they sign up for this job? How do they get in here? How do they get out of here? Like that's not this kind of book. All right, it's not going to explain any of that. It's like them coming to Area X is a vehicle for the book to just tell the story that it wants to tell. It's one of those kind of books. It's like a little horror tale. So that's kind of who like that's if you're one of those people, and it's not an issue with that, but it's just nothing of the sort is like that in here. Like if you're immediately asking like those kind of particular questions, like intense world building questions, forget it. You know, it's a dreamy, trippy, weird little cosmic horror book. And I ended up really liking it. And I'll tell you, like, I especially liked it when I finished it because I couldn't stop thinking about certain scenes. And I would never have thought that at the the front half of the book. I shouldn't say the front half because there's great moments throughout this book. But like the first 50 pages or so, I was like, I don't know, it's cool. But then there's a lot of moments that are just stuck with me. So I recommend it. It's totally not for everybody. Basically, do you like weird fiction? Do you like cosmic horror? If you don't and you're interested, this is definitely a good place to start. But it was a 4-star read, I guess you could say. It was a really good one. I would probably read it again, and I would probably read the sequels. And I'll check out the movie, though I know that the movie is very different. But all right, that's all. Have a great day. Peace out.